All right, ladies and gentlemen, we's about to start, I guess. First pitch is a 45 footer, but it did bounce right down the middle of the strike zone. So uh, we'll call it a strike. So obviously, this is the last series, guys. Nothing else to say about it except they were pretty close in the regular season. LG did have the advantage in the regular season. Yeah, I mean that was from the mound, so yeah. But yeah, I mean Hanwha coming off their 5 game series against Samsung, easily cruising to a victory against that last game against Samsung. They have obviously some momentum. They are playing in LG. LG has had a long break. They did play a kind of a scrimmage game in front of about 1,000 fans the other day. So they have played, they've practiced and things like that. Tolhurst on the mound versus Moon Dong-ju. The craziest part of all of this is the last time LG won a game actually was when Tolhurst pitched against Moon Dong-ju in the regular season. Tolhurst pitched really well, 6 innings to get the victory. Moon Dong-ju did not, as he didn't even make it out of the first inning. So LG stumbled into first because a bad decision by the manager for Hanwha that cost them a game and a chance for a playoff, a Korean Series playoff. Is we've got some sort of a problem somewhere. Looks like down the right field line, there's some sort of a problem. All right. So now we're about to ready. Sonos up 263 in the playoffs. So at the top of the lineup, and not doing exactly what he was brought in to do, but doing enough of it. And the first pitch is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and the Korean series is officially underway, ladies and gentlemen. So 5 for 19, 2 RBIs, a couple big doubles in that series against Samsung as that's rolled over, and that is going to be through on the right side. And the no hitter is done. And just like that, Hanwha has their first hit of the Korean series. Ripped over just into the left side is some reason there's no chat on the screen. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Kiwi, send a message. All right, so that brings up a Liberato. And up high. Ball one. Liberato 389. There we go. I didn't have my screen up that I needed to have, so we got it now. Thank you, Kiwi. And that's in there for strike, and it's 1-1. Liberato against LG and not well. 167 hit much better against all the other teams, so we'll see how he does here in the Korean series. And another 1-1 almost hits him, and it's 2-1. Tolhurst can strike out plenty of guys. A 286 ERA on the season, 44 games, 45 strikeouts. He does have some walk issues. 18 walks in just 8 games. Again, just 44 innings. So something to look at is that just misses up high, and it's 3-1. I very interested. Very honestly, I'm not entirely sure. What's up, Korean Nightmare? You going back back to a new name? Giving up Arpo? As that one has popped up. Shortstop under it. And that's 1 away. First out of the Korean series, and now brings up Moon Hyun Bin. He is a big reason why Hanwha was able to advance in the postseason. He just absolutely come through exactly how everybody thought he would, or at least how I thought he would, how Kiwi thought he would, how Stefan has thought he would for the last couple years. And despite the middle of the fans ragging on him last year. Ah, okay. Hello, Dom King. And that's in there for nope. It's a little high, ball one. Interesting. I don't know why they're putting your guys' names like that now, but oh well. Anyway, here we go. The 1-0 pitch to Moonhyun Bin. That's fouled away, 1-1. Surprised you're not at the stadium, Kiwi. That's just misses inside, and it's 2-1. He has missed the strike zone quite a bit here so far in his first 10 pitches, but he's not missing it by much. He's just trying to paint the corners, and he brought a finishing brush instead of a roller, I guess. The 2-1 pitch sets up down the middle. That is lifted to center field. Pregame retreating, going back, jumping and making the catch at the wall is Pregame. They'll throw to first and just barely gets back. What a catch by Pregame, and Kiwi might just go to John Schill to have a discussion with him as he's done it again. Robbed Hanwha of extra bases as he jumps up at the wall to make the catch. Didn't track it particularly well. He was at the wall, but he kind of had to jump back into the side. Yeah, Jim, it's a tough one. All right, a two away now brings up Noshiwan. That is low, ball one. This is one of the spots in the lineup that I think Hanwha is going to have to worry about a little bit. 143 is what's cleanup hitters are hitting against Tolhurst, but righties are hitting 241. Tolhurst has given up 2 home runs on the season, both of them by righties. Noshiwan has hit really well, 429 in the postseason. So we will see what happens here as the 1-0 pitch misses low, 2-1. So as far as Tolhurst against Hanwha, he only pitched that one game. Again, the last game that LG won in the regular season. The last victory for LG was Tolhurst on the mound, went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. Both of them earned as the 2-0 is ripped over the shortstop's head, and that is going to be another single. Second hit of the day for Hanwha. And they've got runners on first and second now for the former LG twin himself, Cheon Sung. Got the rain jackets out. I think it was raining a little bit earlier today in Seoul. Some rain headed towards Daejeon here a little bit later. All right. And Cheon Sung looks at the first pitch. It's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Cheon Sung, 350 in the last series. Again, Hanwha bats just absolutely came alive last series. Late in the series. As far as Cheon Sung against his old team, a 207. As the 0-1 pitch sets up in the other batter's box and swings and misses at the pitch in the other batter's box. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Arpo. I honestly don't know. That's what I was talking about. It has your guys' regular names, not your guys' other whatever it is. That's a looking strikeout on the outside corner, and he gives up 2 hits, but he gets through. And yeah, I don't know. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Yeah. What's up, Rush? Aeon. Aeon. Let me see if I can fix that. Translucent. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why it's showing your guys' at names instead of the others. No longer. That's a good thing. He shouldn't even be in the league anymore, honestly. All right, so Moon Dong Ju out on the mound. Uh great postseason so far for Moon Dong Ju. The question is going to be, can he do what he did in relief as a starter? He does pitch much better on the road as a starter than he does at home. 4.02 ERA on the season, but a 2.04 ERA on the road. He's 11-5 on the season, but he's 6-0 on the road. So 5-5 at home, 6-0 on the road. Against LG, he's 1-1 with an ERA of 7. So how is he going to pitch? What kind of Moon Dong Ju are we going to get? His last starts was 0.2 innings against LG, as that catches the top of the zone, and we are underway for Moon Dong Ju's first Korean start. Hong Chang-gi, 287 on the season. Again, spent most of the season in rehab after some knee surgery, as that is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Guy that's going to see a ton of pitches. He's not a guy that strikes out very much. He will strike out occasionally, but he also will earn a ton of walks. And the 0-2 pitch goes up high, but it's way up high. Yeah, and it's 1-2. With 350 in his Korean series, as he calls time and has to readjust his hair in case his helmet comes off during a run around the bases. Oh, and the 1-2 pitch misses outside at 2-2. Moon Dong-ju is the big change from last year. He really struggled last year, is he's just not walking nearly as many guys this year. 121 innings, 135 strikeouts, and 34 walks. And the 2-2 misses up high, and we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Treated as always. Yeah, not much difference from most of the season. That is the smallest Hong Chang-gi uniform I've ever seen. And the 3-2 pitch slapped foul. And we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Sometimes it just doesn't register. I got a Mac Mini trying to power 2 screens and 4 basically iPads. As the 3-2 pitch sets up right down the middle, and he walks him. This is he didn't walk anybody in his last game against LG. Again, .2 innings, 33 pitches, 23 for strikes, gave up 8 hits and 1 walk. Only struck out 1, gave up 6 earned runs in those in that .2 innings. As yes, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bunt. Right away, we get a bunt. The best thing for Hanwha is they are facing the dumbest manager in the league, while Hanwha only has the second dumbest manager in the league. And that's going to be a chopper up the middle. Moon Dong-ju is going to grab it, throws to first. Safe! And he beats out the infield single. Safe. Even Ito Yoon over there was saying he was safe. That's a very quick replay. Korean Arpo. All right. All right. Now we've got runners on first and second with nobody outs. And now you going to have your DH bunts, ladies and gentlemen? Are you going to have your DH bunts? Oh, you changed it and then changed it again? I still don't know why it's got your guys' names like that. But, oh well, I'm not going to mess with it. As that's misses outside, ball 1 to Austin. Righties against Moon Dong-ju. Moon Dong-ju has given up 7 home runs on the season, but 6 of them have been to righties. This is the 1-0 pitch. And that is a fouled away on high fastball. But it's 1-1. And here we go. The 1-1 pitch. Misses outside at 2-1. Oops, wrong side. Yeah, Moon Dong-ju really struggled against LG in his last starts. I think he must have been tipping pitcher or something. Yeah, Arpo. But the thing is LG is actually the best road team in the league. Hanwha, I believe, is the best home team in the league. All right, it's a 2-1 pitch to Austin. Ding, 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 ding. He goes around. And it's 2-2. Strikeout would be huge here. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch. Out. Oh, just catches the outside corner. And that's a huge, huge strikeout for Moon Dong-ju, as now a double play gets him out of the inning. Just backdoored it, and that's 1 away, as Austin can't believe it. And that is not a strike if they were. No, that is not a strike if they're actually counting the the actual size of the plates instead of the extra little bits. As Kim Hyun Soo, first pitch is going to be into the netting over there, and it's 0-1. Yeah, again, the plates officially, obviously, it's 17 inches wide, but in Korea, there's an extra 2 centimeters on each side for the ABS system for the first few years, similar to what they did in AAA. So that pitch would not be a strike in maybe 2 years or so. If they decide to eliminate the extra space on the outside, which I hope they do. And here we go. The 0-1 pitch, way, way up high. Che Jae-hoon is saving both runners from advancing there as that pitch fully extended the catcher. Baltimore and Phillies legend, right? Yeah, the reason why they did that is because when they consulted with AAA in the U.S., they said that they added an inch, which is 2.54 centimeters, as that one is to the backstop, and that is not going to be caught. Not only that, it also moves the runners up into scoring position, takes away the double play, and that is an awful thing for Hanwha and Moondong-ju. In uh, in Jamshil, they have a ton of outfield space, and directly behind home is actually netting. So it's not like a hard backstop like other stadiums. So anything that goes back behind the catcher is going to roll for a while, and it's not going to hit anything and bounce back forward. So a wild pitch with a runner on third is probably going to score a run. Hong Chang-gi has plenty of speed over at first to score on a wild pitch, as they've got a mound visit here, as Moon Dong-ju has just thrown the last two pitches, except for the fact that Che Jae-hoon grabbed one of them, would be 2 pitches to the backstop. And already 16 pitches here in the first inning with the runners on second and third and only 1 ounce. As Che Jae-hoon has got to do a little repair work on his pitch com. Hanwha fans sitting on their hands at this point, trying to praying to get out of this inning. Moon Dong-ju in the first inning, opponents hit 327 against him as the 2-1 is rolled over. And that is going to score a run as the second baseman throws over. And the 4-3 RBI groundouts puts LG up 1-0. Brings up a Moonbo Young. And Moonbo Young, a swing and a miss there. Shin Min Jae also moves over to third base, which is important. Swing and a miss there. Just in case, because then he can also score on a wild pitch. Yeah, and the 0-1 pitch up high, 1-1. 19 pitches for Moon Dong-ju. Game 3 and 4. Yu Han Jin pitches extremely, extremely well, as that's going to be into the gap in left center. It's going to roll to the wall, and Moonbo Gyung is going to have at least a double, and an RBI double for Moonbo Gyung puts LG up 2-0. He just floated that up at the top of the zone and he dumped it into left center field and it just rolled to the wall. Yeah, Ryun Jin has in Jamshil this year. He has an ERA of 0 against LG. He has an ERA of like I think 1.8. Last year he had an ERA of a 1.08 against LG. So he pitches much better here on the road. He pitches really well in Jamshil. So yeah, Ryun Jin should start tomorrow as OG1 steps in. LG needs to score a lot quick because Moon Dongju does settle down a little bit as he goes around. Home plate umpire said he went around. It's pretty close. They're gonna video replay it. I think he went about halfway. We'll check the KBS. Yeah, he went. And once again, the umpires are correct. They've used one of their challenges. Again, they get two. I'm not sure if it's like a replay challenges where you have to win both of them to get another one. Not entirely sure, but anyway, the pitch, that one is in the dirt. He goes again on a check swing, throws down to first, and that will be a strikeout number 2. But LG gets 2 in the bottom of the first. We'll go to the seconds, third, whatever you want to call it. As they leave a runner on base, stranded him. So OG1 again, just he's got the shortstop curse, ladies and gentlemen, the left-handed shortstop curse, where they just have to swing and miss at pitches in the dirt. "23 pitches in that first inning for Moon Dong-ju, 17 for Tolhurst. So something you really have to worry about is the pitch counts, especially in Hanwha's situation where they did just have a 5-game series. LG is well rested after they had the trip right to the Korean series. I don't know. Coming up for Hanwha, they'll have the second baseman who shall not be named. I should just start putting his name in there as Voldemort. Oh, 6, 7, 8's coming up for Hanwha in the top of the first. First pitch is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Did you get an advertisement that time, Arpo? Sets up at the waist, right down the middle, misses inside, almost hits him. And it's 1-1. And that is going to be lifted. That's going to be trouble. And it drops in front of the right fielder. Is he going to round first? Nope. He's going to head back to first, and he is on base with a leadoff single. The second straight inning with a leadoff single for Hanwha. Can he get out of it again this time? LG's bullpen isn't nearly as good as Hanwha's. If you look at the numbers, LG, but Hanwha's bullpen was really bad towards the end of the year, and LG kind of got some reinforcements from military service late also. So it's I would say they're pretty even when all things are considered. Again, you have to think about who's going to close a game for Hanwha. As Che Ho looks at just strike one, and it's 0-1. Interesting. They're not going to bunt here, as that's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop grabs it, throws to seconds, and they get the lead runner. Oh, one away on that ground ball. Wasn't able to turn two, but they do get the lead runner, and now one out. Shea Hoon steps in. Well. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. And Shea Hoon, 353 in the playoffs. He actually started pretty bad. And that misses outside, 1-1. Hey, on, it's a mistake. Hey, settle. And throws over to first, but he is easily back in there. Seems like Hanwha's manager is going to throw Che Ho in right field when there's a righty on the mound, Kim Tae-yeon in right when there's a lefty on the mound. A swing and a miss there as he's not able to catch up to the 150. And then I'm not sure about the shortstop. Interesting, really interesting to see Ito Yoon getting a start today at shorts. He is a lefty versus Tolhurst, who's a righty. Shin Min-ju does Shimu Jun, as that is bounced to the backstop. As that is going to move the runner up to second base, and the double play is no longer in order. Oh, two wild pitches so far in this game. One from Moon Dong-ju, who moves runners up to second and third, and then one from Tolhurst that moves the runners up to moves the runner up to second. So the 2-2 pitch that slapped foul into the old bullpen. Shea Hoon has caught a ton of innings in this playoff. Again, he normally would just catch usually every other game, but they have been using him like crazy. And the 2-2 up and in as he dives back down to the dirt, runs the count full, 3-2. First full count of the day for Hanwha. All right, here we go. Runner on second, 3-2 pitch from Tolhurst. One out. Sets up right down the middle. And he pops it up. Second baseman Shin Jae under it. And that's two away. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Ito Yoon, getting a random starts in the playoffs here. Will he be able to come through? Ito Yoon is one of the big reasons why Hanwha did not finish in last the last 2 years. So they went out and re-signed or went out and signed a Shimu Jun, as that one's in there for a strike on the curveball, 0-1. Hitting 200 on the series. Again, only 1 for 5. Really hasn't gotten too much time. He's got some questionables, 70 sunglasses, as that one is lifted, but will get out of play foul, and some Hanwha fans will get themselves a souvenir. And it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2. Do they challenge him? They'll set up outside the zone in the other batter's box. He slaps it foul, though, as it did cut back across the outside corner. And it stays 0-2. Toller's 32 pitches now, 17 in the first inning, 15 so far here in the second inning. He's a guy that can will throw 100 pitches. Just tapping the ground. He taps it into the ground, and then he hits it into himself, and it stays 2-2. And a swing and a miss as he throws down to first base, steps on the bag, and he ends the second inning just the way he ended the first inning, with a strikeout and leaving a runner in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 LG. Oh, runners left on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I think I've got my numbers updated. Trying to make sure that I got plenty of stats to throw at you guys during the game. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for LG in the bottom. Is again, they've got that 2-0 lead as Moon Dong Ju once again struggled in the first inning. Good news for Hanwha fans, though. He usually does pitch much better in the second inning. First inning, opponents hit 327 against him. In the second inning, 167. So he will run into another bump in the fourth inning, where the opponents hit 296 against him. So Pak Dong Wan will greet him in the bottom of the seconds here. 253 on the season for Pak Dong Wan. First pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Pak Dong Wan, ton of swings and a ton of misses and a ton of bad swings. 22 home runs on the season. But he's a guy that's going to strike out a ton as the 0-1 is popped up as Che Jae-hoon gets a chase, but it is into the stands and it's 0-2. And way outside. Ball one, 1-2. Again, right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, throw it in the other batter's box. And that's low, ball two. Going from a 0-2 count to a 2-2 count when you're struggling with your pitch count is a questionable thing. Jay Jae-hoon tells him to calm down a little bit, sets up on the outside just above the knees, and that is off the handle. That might be trouble as the second baseman makes the catch as he steps into foul territory, and that's one away. Yeah, would have been foul if he missed it anyway. That's going to bring up a Gubon Hyuk. They did talk a lot about Gubon Hyuk taking some reps in the outfield, just trying to get his versatility into the game, also to get him as a right-handed bat. Looks at to strike one at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Gubon Hyuk is another one of those guys that I just don't think can catch up to the 150. A swing and a miss as that one drops out of the bottom of the zone. It's 137, and it's 0-2. Oh, Gubon Hyuk will play everywhere. And when I say everywhere, he's playing third today. He'll play shorts, he'll play seconds, he'll play first, and he'll look at ball one on the outside, 1-2. No, definitely not. Again, Moon Dong-ju is really good on the road, Jim. As the 1-2 is slapped to the right, Cheon Sung scoops it off the ground, steps on the bag, and that's two away. A hard hit ball, but Cheon Sung over there to scoop it up, and it's two away. Yeah, definitely not a throwaway game at all. Moon Dong-ju should have been starting in the last series, but again, Hanwha's manager uh, is senile. That's the only way to explain it. So yeah, they definitely should have had him starting, as that's a beautiful curveball in there for a strike to Park Min. Uh, they went with Jung Woo Ju. They ended up losing that game because they had to rely on the bullpen. So I am surprised as Ryuhan Jin did not start today. I thought Ryuhan Jin would start this game as that misses way up high. But the manager seems to be going with the hot hand. Although there's a very big difference between being able to prep for Moon Dong-ju as a starter and then being able to prep for him as a reliever, is that's going to be a ground ball, just foul. Yeah, definitely. That my thought was they have him starting so that he can pitch in relief in Daejeon. Because otherwise he would be set up for the fifth start, so that would mean he would have to start in Daejeon, which we all know that is not a good thing. And he is not nearly 2-3-2. 1-2 up high, doesn't go around, and it's 2-2. That Kiwi, that's kind of why I thought it would be Ryu Han Jin, Moon Dong Ju. That way they're pitching away. Ponce Weiss, Ryu Han Jin at home. And then Moon Dong Ju, if there's a game six, would start again on the road against LG. No, it's 2 games off day, 3 games off day, 2 games. As the 2-2 pitch slapped foul, stays 2-2. So yeah, 2 games. LG would be playing in Seoul Saturday or Sunday and Monday, which is today and tomorrow. Then a day off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in Daejeon. A day off on Saturday. As the 2-2 pitch check swing fouls it away. Day off on Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday would be games 6 and 7 if necessary. Moon Dong-ju, 23 pitches in the first inning. Here comes pitch number 17 of this inning. This is the 2-2 pitch. All the way again. And the pitch count is something you have to look at. Moon Dong-ju has only been throwing about 60 pitches in his relief appearances. It would actually be Weiss's turn in the rotation as the 2-2 catches him looking on the outside. Should have bought a ticket, but probably couldn't get one. As we'll go to the third inning, it's 2-0 LG. Another strikeout for Moon Dong-ju. We'll have the 1-2-3 hitters coming up for both teams in the third inning. Yeah, so it should be Moon Dong-ju, Yu Hyun-jin, Ponce for game 3, Weiss for game 4. Then game 5 is a mystery. Do they restart Moon Dong-ju, or was he going to be pitching out of the bullpen? In that case, they would have to go with Jung Woo-ju in game 5, which would put Yu Hyun-jin in game 6, and Ponce would go game 7. No, so game 7 would be Ponce, and so if it was a game 7, I imagine they would go Ponce and Weiss both in game 7, just like they did game 5. Yeah, because the number 3 starter will be the number 7 starter. So one would start game 1 and game 5. 2 would start, or yeah, yeah, just like they did in the game 5 against Samsung. All right, Sonos up, leading things off. Looks at the ball one up high, and Hanwha's had base runners. They've left 3 runners on, so the first batter in each inning is reached on a single. 1-0 is in there for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Sonos up singled in his first at bats, went over to second on the Noshi one a single, but was stranded over there as the 1-1 is fouled away, 1-2. There's a few legends, or I guess you could call them legends, guys that have been around the league for a long, long time that have never gotten a ring. One would be Sonos up for Hanwha. The other would be Cheon Sung for Hanwha, as that's in there at a strike at the bottom of the corner, catches him looking, and that was a thing of beauty. They're so used to that 0-2 pitch just being thrown away, and they're not used to swinging at it. That brings up Liberato. Liberato 0 for 1, popped up to the shortstop in his first at bats. catches a strike on the inside corner. Set up way outside, but ends up being a strike on the inside corner as he just missed that bad. Not good when your batting averages matches your number, especially when your number is 0. Sets up on the outside, and in the 0-1 is popped foul. 0-2. Tolhurst is a guy that strikes out about 1 an inning. And the 0-2. That is going to be lifted. Hong Chang-gi giving chase and makes the catch. He hung that. The catcher was saying, throw it into the dirt, throw it into the dirt, and he threw it up in the zone. Lucky that was only lined out. Yeah, I believe only 3 times has the number 2 seed won the Korean series. The most recent was actually 2018, and the reason why that's kind of fitting is because the last time Hanwha made the playoffs was 2018. That's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Yeah, 0-1. Moon Yun Bin gave it a ride to the warning track in the first inning. Would have been a home run probably in Daejeon, but not in Jamsil. As the 0-1, that's going to be lifted to center field. Pake Min under it. And that's 1-2-3. Goes the old Hanwha Eagles. Quick inning there for Tolhurst. Exactly what he needs and exactly what LG wants. LG will also have their 1-2-3 hitters coming up at the top of the zone or top of the inning. Yeah, the last team to actually win as a number 2 seed is not even a team anymore in the league, as they were the SK Wyverns. Now they are the SSG Landers. Thank you, Super Saiyan. Or Yoshi, whichever one. Oh, a super quick inning for Tolhurst there, as he only threw looks like 9 pitches. We'll have the top of the lineup coming up 1-2-3. That's a Hong Chang Gi, Shin Min Jae, and Mr. Austin Ding 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 Ding. Oh, Moon Dong Ju, 41 pitches through this first 2 innings. Again, ran into a lot of trouble in the first inning, but did go 1-2-3 down in the bottom of the second. Hong Chang-gi walked and scored a run in his first at bat, so that's what he does. And he had an 0-2 counts. That's the crazy part. Is again the KBO way is to walk the guy after you have him on an 0-2 counts, because you try to get cute and paint the edges and paint the corners instead of attacking them. So the first pitch to Hong Chang-gi is in there for a strike at the top of the zone on the curveball. And 0-1 pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Curveball, curveball, curveball. Football, football, football. Moon Dong-ju is one of the hardest throwers, especially as far as starters, the Korean starters. That's going to be a ground ball. Chan Sung eats it up, though, and that's 1 away. No, Moon Dong-ju, fastball most of the time, 47% of the time, 150. I believe he is the hardest throwing Korean starter. He has the record for hardest thrown pitch by a Korean, 161. I believe, or 160. Yeah, 161.2 or something like that. As that's in there for a ball. Oops, a little high for Shin Min Jae. Infield single in his first inning for Shin Min Jae, and then came around to score on the Moonbo Young RBI double. That's slapped to the left. Shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, and two away. Two quick outs for Moondong Ju. 5 pitches, 2 outs is apparently both pitchers for Hanwha LG have dinner plans. And Austin looks at a curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. He's starting everybody with curveballs in this first inning, or this second time around, I should say, the third inning here. Austin struck out on a pitch on the outside of the zone and did not go around. 1-1. I'm surprised a little at Austin Dean being the DH and not playing first. I always think of him as a better first baseman than Moonbo Kyung. Yeah, the 1-1 pitch misses inside at 2-1. Do have to be very, very cautious of Austin. And Moon Dong Ju, 6 home runs given up to right handed batters. They are only hitting a 232 against him, but 6 of the 7 home runs. Yeah, another 2-1 is popped up. First baseman Cheon Sung under it. And the 1-2-3 goes the LG Twins for the second straight inning. We go to the fourth inning. It's 2-0 LG. Both pitchers making quick work in that third inning. The next inning is the trouble spots for Moon Dong-ju, though. So we'll see how that goes. As far as Tolhurst, his worst inning is the second inning. After that, he's about to 240 for most innings. The fifth inning, he pitches much better. In the seventh inning, he also pitches pretty well. So, but again, a quick work, 9 pitches there in that inning for Moon Dong-ju. That's his 18 total pitches in the third inning between the two pitchers, as both of them go 1-2-3. So Hanwha will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up in the top of the fourth inning. No Shiwan Chan Sung and the second baseman, number 16. They do have 2 of the 3 hits for Hanwha, though. So we'll see what happens as Tolhurst comes back out on the mound. I know he's just thinking, yes, a quick 1-2-3 inning, go down, have a little snack, text the fam, but no, he's right back out there quickly. Top of the fourth, the No Shi Wan singled in his first at bats, 1-for-1 on the day. Yeah, I'm not either. They did get rid of Sang Baek and Guan Guang Min, the first baseman that's actually played for the Cubs or was in the Cubs organization for a while. I don't think he ever played. They did send both of them off of the playoff roster and brought up 2 younger guys. As the umpire just dropped something, he dropped his pitch count or his ball counts giggy as that's fouled away and it's 0-1. I was like, that just dropped right there. I hope that doesn't come into play. And now rolls over. That's one foul, 0-2. Yeah, Jim, Hanwha doesn't really have any lefties except for Kim Bum Soo. And if you look at that lineup, Hong Chang-gi lefty, Shin Min Jae lefty, Kim Hyun Soo lefty, Moon Bo-kyung lefty, Oh Wan lefty. Lots and lots of lefties, and they got other lefties on the bench with Moon Sung Ju. And then the 0-2 taps it on the ground. A swing and a miss. A beautiful, beautiful pitch there. And that's his fourth strikeout of the day. And one away. And Knott's playing around, saying, "All right, here's my stuff. You hit it." And brings up Cheyenne Song, who was 0 for 1, and he struck out with runners on first and seconds in the first inning. And Hanwha had a chance in the first inning with a runner on in scoring position. They had a chance in the second inning with a runner in scoring position. As a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Trollhurst, a fastball guy most of the time, also 150, 42% of the time. Off of that, a cutter, a forkball, and a curveball. And it seems like he's throwing the curveball quite a bit today to these right-handed batters for Hanwha. That's a way out in no man's land, and it's 1-1. Yeah, the 1-1 pitch in there for strike at the bottom of the zone, right on the corner. An absolute beaut. In half the ball hanging off the edge of the zone, just barely leaving any ball on the zone in the front. And another, I guess, a swing and a miss, but we didn't get to see it because once again, KBO broadcasting is what we call questionable. 6 pitches, 6 strikes. Can we get an immaculate inning in the Korean series? Oh, I guess he had a. No, never mind. Chan Sung had a ball. That's his way inside. Ball one to the second baseman. Kiwi, he threw a ball to Chan Sung. That's a pitch that was way off the plate, so wouldn't be one anyway. Shorts or the second baseman, 1 for 1 today. He'll let off with a single, and that's going to be foul. 1-1. Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss. I might have actually got a little piece of that. Follow, subscribe. This ain't Instagram, boy. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he strikes out the side. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-0 LG. Tolhurst is locked and loaded, boys. 20 pitches in his last 2 innings, 9 in the third, 11 in the fourth. And again, this is where Moon Dong-ju runs into more trouble. His first inning is very bad with his 260 or 327 ER or batting average against. And the fourth inning, a 296 batting average against. He's going to face the 4, 5, 6 hitters who have already tagged him up for 2 RBIs. The number 4 hitter, Kim Hyun Soo, got the RBI ground out in the first inning, and then Moon Bo Kyung with the RBI double in the second inning. So he is going to face 2 guys that can put a lot of pressure on him. So we'll see exactly how that goes. We should be back. Moondongju is at 50 pitches. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I looked at his numbers and they seem decent. Fresh out of the box. Yeah, yeah. This game is turning into a just three up, three down pitchers duel. All right, bottom of the fourth inning. Kim Hyun Soo leads things off 0 for 1 with an RBI in the first inning. First pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Yeah, very, very different than the Hanwha Samsung games that I streamed last weekend. There is an absence of bats in this one, as that is fouled away on ball two, and it's 1-1. Yeah, 1-1 misses inside at 2-1. The good thing for Hanwha fans after this inning, Moon Dong-ju really, really settles down. Batting average against is in the low twos, but that is bounced into the dirt, and it's 3-1. Imagine spending all that money to go sit and watch your phone. And the 3-1 pitch, way up and outside, ball four, and he walks the leadoff batter again. Second inning, he's walked the leadoff batter. The last time he walked a leadoff batter was the first inning, and he came around to score the first run of the inning or the first run of the game, or however you want to say it. That's going to bring up a Moonbo Gyung, fresh out of the box, and might get to see what he asked for. That is one ugly, ugly uniform. Black Panther uniform. That's way up high. Ball one. I know if Hanwha made that uniform, Kiwi would be the first one in line. As soon as they announced it, he would call into work to quit, and he would make sure to get that one, and he gets 100% get Wong Young Mook on the back of that. Yeah, and they say that they're pre-tacked. One, they're pre-tacked, and two, the rosin is much better in the KBO, is what I've heard. All right, Moongo Young, the 1-0 pitch. That is lifted. That's Liberado's going back at the track, makes the catch, turns around, and Kim Hyun Soo will slide back into first base with one away. Yeah, if you look at if you're watching instead of just listening, you can see all the powder on the ground back behind the pitcher's mound, and you can see the tackiness. It reminds me if you've ever been a bowler, uh, you would be able to you would know what kind of rosin I'm talking about. As OG1 looks at the ball one way up and outside, 1-0. Struck out in his first at bat, leaving Moonbo Gyung over on the base pass, over on second base. And he grounds that one, but foul, 1-1. lays off of that. It's 2-1. 60 pitches now for Moon Dong Ju. Again, he has not really gone deep. The last time he threw more than 60 pitches was in September 14th, in a start, as that one misses way up high, 3-1. The last time he threw more than 60 pitches was a start on September 14th against Kium. He went 3.1 innings, which is exactly where he is now, through 71 pitches, 9 hits, gave up 8 runs, all of them earned. The last time he has even qualified for a win as a starter was almost 2.5 months ago, as he just walks OG Wan there too. And now they've got runners on first and seconds with just one out for a guy that can do a lot of damage, whether it's his back on swings or when he does actually hit the ball. Well, Jim, the way it works is the most you can sign somebody for a year is 1 million. So when they do that and they sign somebody, it has to be prorated. As that's lifted, Liberato will make the catch though. Kim Yun Soo tags and he'll slide into third base. So Kim Yun Soo, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to tag up and move to third or not, but he does. Pak Dong Wan lifted it to center field. Liberato catches it running backwards and is able to get the throw off. Kim Yun Soo moves up to third base, but OG Wan is not able to move up to second. So they've got runners on the corners with 2 outs for Gubon Hyuk. Gubon Hyuk 0 for 1 on the day. LG would love to get some runs here. Hola. That's just catches the outside of the zone, and it's 0-1. Super Live. Welcome back. Welcome back. As throws over. Easily back. Have to wonder if they're going to try a stupid double steal here. I don't know, man, as that's filed away. The nicknames are looking today look very weird. I don't know why they're using those names instead of the regular names. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside, up high, but throws over to first. Yeah, finally. You don't want to say that too loud, as the 0-2 just misses outside. Gubon Hyuk was like, woof. That had some speed on it and just barely missed. I own 0 LG products. I own 0 Samsung product. Actually, I guess my that's going to be a tricky hop. Throws over to seconds, and that's will be 3 away. They leave 2 more on. They've left 3 on today. We'll go to the 5th inning. It's 2-0 LG. Yeah, my refrigerator is an LG refrigerator. Not my refrigerator. The one in my apartment that came with it. Moondong Ju sitting at 67 pitches there, 17 in that inning. I have to think. No, it's not running. I have it tied down. Bujik, Bujik, not Mujik. No, Hanwha will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Well, Jim, he was pitching. He was pitching in out of the bullpen. Welcome back, Korean Arpo. He was pitching out of the bullpen instead of starting because, again, I talk about it every single time Hanwha plays. Their manager is senile and doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, I don't know my Korean sound effects, I guess. All right, so Tolhurst out on the mound. 1, 2, 3, struck them all out in the fourth. We'll see what he has here in the fifth to the 7, 8, 9 hitters. In the stadium that you're watching now, the other stadium, as Che Ho pulls back the bats, but it's in there for a strike. No, I'm actually I'm moving. Yesterday I moved some of my stuff to my new apartment, and then today I'm at my old apartments, and then tomorrow I'll move more stuff to my new apartments, and then I'll just keep doing that as the 0-1 misses low. Ball on 1-1. So there will be no watching of anything for me except this Korean series for the next week and a half. All right, the 1-1 pitch. That is going to be a line to center field. Pregame giving chase, but he's not going to be able to grab it off the wall. He bobbles a little bit, and then Che Ho is going to be on base with a leadoff double. Another leadoff hit for Hanwha. This is their third in 5 innings. Will they be able to do something with it? Yeah, Pregame bobbled it when he tried to catch it. Had to go back down and get it. But Shea Jae Hoon, is he going to bunt here, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get a bunt? Can we get a bunt? Runner on seconds, nobody outs. You're down by 2 in the 5th inning. Very important to bunt here. Kiwi, did you get yourself a rain jacket in game when you went to Game 5? Does it fit? Does it keep your uniform dry, or is it shorter? And we've got our bunts, ladies and gentlemen. Runner on second, nobody out. So the number 8 hitter, he's going to bunt so that you can increase your chance of scoring 1 run when you're down by 2. This, ladies and gentlemen, is 4D chess. And by 4D, I mean 4 levels of dumb. I told you, Jim. You've got the 2 worst managers in the league battling it out for the worst manager in the league. And this is how you do it. Pulls it back and looks at strike right down the middle. The battle for worst decisions you could make from the dugouts. Doesn't help that Hanwha has the second worst third base coach in the league, as Cheon Sung or Che Jae Hoon drops the bunt down. Pak Dong Wan grabs it, throws over to first, and that's moves the runner over. So runner over at third base now with one away. You still got to get a. I guess you don't need a hit necessarily, but you got one out and you got the bottom of your lineup coming up with a number 9. All right, Ito Yoon steps in. The infield is in. That's Mrs. Low, ball 1. He will be off on anything on the ground. Pak Dong Wan has a history of not being able to tag Hanwha players at home. Yeah, the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. He grabs it and throws over, but's not able to get him home. And that's 2 away. Nobody knows what actually happened because we couldn't see the actual pitch, though. All right, so here it is. A grounds it right to the second baseman, moves over a couple steps, makes the catch, looks back to third, an easy toss to first. And 2 away with the runners still over at third base. Cheon Ho over at third base. Sona Sup steps in. Sona Sup a 1 for 2 on the day, single to lead off the game, and fouls that one away. 0-1. And the 0-2 pitch just misses low. 1-1. A straight steal of home with a righty on the mound. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Foul. 1-2. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't. I can't believe he wasn't going on anything on the ground. I think he might score. Like when I was, we could only see the end of that play, and it looked like it would have been something to score on. But here we go. 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner over on third. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. A big, 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 massive KBO managing experience, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh out the box, you are quite wrong. The minimum that they can get there is 0. Wow. Leaving a runner on the third base when you got him there. A great bunt, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, why he's not going on contact? You got the run. You bunted him over there. Yeah, I mean, again, again, you have the worst possible managers in the league competing against each other to be even worse than the other. Uh, it really is amazing how bad they are, guys. Like it's legendary, honestly. Tolhorst does his job to get out of that inning. Only 11 pitches there. Again, he's only thrown, guys, he's only thrown 31 pitches in his last 3 innings. 9 pitches in the third, 11 in the fourth, 11 in the fifth. And here we got Hanwha's manager helping the dude out. LG's going to have the 9-1-2. Moon Dong-ju, again, he settles down now, 222 into this inning. LG not getting any runs in the last inning with 2 walks really hurt their chances of getting some good runs before the break. Pregame will lead things off here in looks at ball one up high. I can't see. They don't have the box up there, so I can't see which color the ball is. Pregame 0 for 1 on the day is struck out looking in the bottom of the seconds, and that is a strike right down the middle, and it's 1-1. Pregame led off for LG for a while. He's been moved around, but has settled in nicely in the number 9 spots and settles in nicely as he looks at another strike. And he struck out looking in the first inning or the second inning. He's looked at his 2 strikes down the middle here in the fifth inning. Tell me about it, Jim. I don't like. I just can't understand how these managers continue to do this stupid stuff. Like they all advertise that they want these people. They're trying to. Oh, he just turned on that. So that is going to be trouble. Going. Goodbye, baseball. A leadoff home run by Pregame, and it's 3-0 LG. On a 2-2 pitch, he just turned on it. Kiwi loves the Pregame. Only the second home run he has given up to a lefty on the season. That puts Hong Chang-gi in leading off the inning. And that's way, way up high, 1-0. How did they score without a bunt with a number 9 hitter? That's the best question ever, Kiwi. And the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Just at 74 pitches for Moon Dong-ju, you have to worry about, does he have it in him to throw 80, 90 pitches again? As the 1-1 in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. The last time he threw over 80 pitches, he threw 98 pitches on September 6th. And that was actually his last win, and that was against Samsung. And the 1-2, that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop picks it up, throws across, and 1 away. Hung the breaking ball. 105, it just squeaks out over the wall. In LG has one of the 2 hardest stadiums to hit a home run in, so that was easily a home run in most stadiums. As Shinmin Jae, that's going to be a trouble as that's going to gap, and that is going to roll to the wall. Shinmin Jae has got some speed. He's turning on the boosters. He's going to go to third, and he is sliding headfirst into third, and that is a massive, massive hit for LG, as now they've got a runner on third with Austin Dean coming up trying to add on some more runs. They're getting to Moon Dong-ju here in the 5th inning. No, he didn't bunt. He's the one that had the infield single on the swing. Austin Dean steps in. He pulled it back, though. That may have been a designed thing. Because didn't he pull it back? As the 1-0 misses way outside at 2-0. Because Kiwi, he only saw one pitch. He was showing the bunts, and then they threw over to first to Hong Chang Gi. He never actually, he only saw one pitch in the first inning, and that was his infield single. Kim Bum Soo, Jung Woo Ju in the dugouts, as that is barely, barely got a loose stitch to catch in the zone. Yeah, I thought he actually pulled it back, and then the second pitch he singled, but I just looked it up, and he was actually he only saw one pitch. All right, the 2-1 pitch to Austin Dean. That is ripped. Third baseman grabs it, comes home. A bad throw by No Shiwan, and he is easily in there for another run. An awful, awful throw by the third baseman. Shea Jae Hoon had to dive to catch that ball, and had to dive up the first base line as Shin Min Jae slid about 15 feet home. That is the longest slide I have ever seen. I am not joking. That is the longest slide I have ever seen. As that'll be it for Moon Dong-ju. We'll have our first pitching change of the day. I don't know if they give him a hit on that or not. I'll have to wait for the official scoring. Well, I believe Kim Bum Soo is going to come in because you've got Kim Hyun Soo and Moonbo Gyung coming up. So I'm still waiting to find out if that was. Yeah, I know that. Like, I don't know why he rushed that throw so much. Again, it's not understanding situations. That throw was awful. The fact that JJ Hoon grabbed that throw was the most amazing thing. Well, yeah, it definitely should be an error, but this is the KBO crypto. This is the KBO. This is why I don't put a lot of stock into ERAs in the KBO, because they are very, very lenient on everything, because they may it 100% should be a error on the third baseman, but they may give him a fielder's choice. So we are back. I'm still waiting for the official score on that. They haven't given me one. For the whole game, fresh out. Yep, Kim Bum Soo is out there. So 73 games, 48 innings, 2 wins, 1 loss, 6 holds, 2 saves, a 2.25 ERA, 41 strikeouts, 22 walks. He is very good against lefties, but that misses inside, and ball 1 to Kim Hyun Soo. So Kim Hyun Soo, RBI groundouts in his first at bat, walked in his second. Yep, they do give him an error. And that misses up high. Hey, Jim, it's never an error in the KBO until you actually get the score. And that misses outside, and it's 3-0. Kim Yun-soo, the 3-0 is right down the middle, 3-1. Hanwha already into this bullpen. And you've got Yuhan Jin probably on the mound tomorrow. And that is important because he has pitched really well against LG, but he also rarely pitches more than 6 innings. As the 3-1 misses low, and he walks him for another inning, his second straight inning that Kim Yun-soo has reached via the walk. And now you've got a ton of speed on the base pass with Austin Dean at second and Kim Yun-soo at first. Just one out here. He has actually been very good, though, Jim. He has been much better this year. As that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman is going to step on the bag. That will move the runners up. And you've got runners now at second and third with 2 outs. For OG1. Yeah. And a swing and a miss, but that would require him to actually get a hit, which I don't remember the last time he got one was. Struck out in the first inning with the runner at second, so walked last inning, but was stranded over there on the base pass. Yeah, and the 0-1 pitch sets up way outside. Swing and a miss again at a ball that's nowhere near the strike zone. Same thing he did in the first inning. Swung at 2 pitches down and away. This inning, he swung at the 2 pitches and not in the strike zone. The curse of the left-handed hitting shortstops, ladies and gentlemen. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, sets up way out of the zone. And he pops it up. Shortstop under it. And 2 away. 3 away. That, ladies and gentlemen, will take us to the break. I'll be back in just a few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about back. Just about back. Why is that not working? All right, Liberato looks at the first pitch, is in there for a strike. And it's 0 1. Liberato 0 for 2 today. Popped up to the shortstop in the first inning, flew out to right field in his second inning. And a swing and a miss at a pitch that drops way down in the dirt, and it's 0 2. And that's fouled away. Yeah, the game is never over. Again, LG gave up one of the biggest come from behind victories. I think they gave up 8 runs in 1 inning with their bullpen. So as the 0-2 is popped up, but that's will get out of play and will be a souvenir as he makes the catch with his baby. No, maybe he didn't. Looked like he was trying to make the catch. 69 pitches for Tolhurst here, and that's going to be a rip into the gap. That should be 2 bases. He does cut it off. Liberato's got to put his head down. The throw in is not going to come. And a leadoff double by Liberato as he gets his first hit of the Korean series. Another leadoff double for Hanwha. They had a leadoff double last inning. It did nothing. Hanwha bats have been awful. They were great against Chaewon Tae, but yeah. All right, Moon Bin is up. Moon Bin also over 2, a line out to the outfield and center field, and then a pop up to center field. Will they bunt here? Very important to get that 1 run, ladies and gentlemen. Or will they try to drop down the bunts? Tolhurst sitting at 70 pitches now. His last starts again. His last starts was against Hanwha. It was the last win that LG had. 99 pitches in that. So, fresh out of the box, just wants a couple runs here to help himself out, as that's going to be a ground ball. A great stop by Moon Bo-kyung. Steps on the bag, and that will move the runner over, as didn't even have to bunt him over. That's a 2 or 1 away now. I keep hitting the wrong side. There we go. We got a Liberato over there. Oh, 1 away now. Brings up No Shiwan. No Shiwan is already has 1 single. He hits extremely well in the playoffs against Samsung. This is a situation where he can't ground into a double play, and this is usually where he thrives. As that is it right there. That's going to be a first pitch RBI single from No Shiwan. Just like I said, this is usually where he thrives, in situations where he can't ground into a double play, and Hanwha is on the board with their first run of the Korean series this millennia. Still just 1 out as Chae Sung steps up. I have it fresh out of the box. You can purchase it yourself. There are a couple options if you go to my store that just I love bunts is one, and then this same slogan, I love sacrifice bunts. All right, so Chae Sung steps in now, off of the hands and fouled away, and 0-1. A couple strikeouts for him. I don't think he's tiring. I just think he's, Hanwha's they're very top heavy in their lineup between Liberato, Munyan, Ben, Noshiwan. They're very top heavy. Yeah, this is, the 0-1 pitch outside, ball one, 1-1. And another 1-1 pitch off the hands and fouled away again. 1-2. 75. It's on this. It's on your screen underneath where it says 75 over there with the LG the LG side. And the 1-2 that is going to be a liner into left field, and Noshiwan is going to head to third. The throw to third in time. Sorry, not in time. And now you've got runners on the corner as Hanwha is threatening to put some runs on the board. Might have to get that bullpen up and working as Noshiwan on third, a Cheyenne Song at first and third with only 1 out. Noshiwan read that well. Great base running from Noshiwan. Looking at the ball, not great. Should be looking at his pitcher, his third base coach. "76 pitches for Tolhurst. As far as the sixth inning, it's one of his worst, 250, second worst inning for him as a starter. Worst is the second inning. That's a 281. And the second worst here in the sixth inning, it's a 250. Runners on first and third, bringing up the second baseman. A single once today, 1 for 2 with a strikeout in the fourth inning. That was part of the Noshiwan Cheon-sung, a second baseman, 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Sitting at 11 pitches in this inning already. He threw 11 in the fifth, 11 in the fourth, and 9 in the third. And that one has popped up. Center fielder coming in. Will he come home? He grabs it. He throws to the cutoff, not in time, and that's going to score another run on the sacrifice fly from the second baseman. And now it's 4-2. Center fielder, not a great arm by any means. That brings up Cheyenne Ho, who is 1 for 2, had a double in his last at bat. He actually led off the fifth inning with a double, but was stranded over at third base as they tried to bunt him home, and he didn't come, or try to bunt him over. They got him over, but nothing from there. As the 4-2 now, and that's outside, ball one, 1-0. 78 pitches from Tolhurst. I have to think that they're going to go to somebody else in the seventh inning. And the 1-0 misses outside at 2-0. On deck is Shea Hoon, who had the successful sacrifice bunt that allowed 0 runs to score. Oh, thank you, Jim. And the 2-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike, and that's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch just sets up right down the middle, and it catches the top of the zone. 2-2. Which one did you go with, Jim? Actually, I can actually look it up, but What'd you go with? The same one I have. The 2-2. That's going to be grounded to the second baseman. Who will throw over to first, and that will be 3 away. But Hanwha gets two to cut the lead to 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Where is it? I just wore it yesterday. There we go. You went with this one, Jim? This is probably my favorite. I like the yeah, I like the orange and orange. It matches obviously with my my streaming colors of orange. I do like that one. It's very difficult for me to actually get them because they're made in the U.S. But hopefully you like it. All right, Hanwha, who are they going to bring out is the question. They're going to have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up in the bottom of the inning for for LG. All right, a Gooner stream. All right, so we've got the bottom of the order. Pak Dong Wan leading things off. Kim Bum Soo, I don't think will be still out there. Nope, they will go to Jung Woo Ju here. But I'll be back for every game though. And this Korean series, at least that's the plan. So Jung Woo Ju out there now. He'll get the 7, 8, 9 hitters. He'll get the righty, the righty, the lefty. Yeah. Try to lay down a bunt from Pak Dong Wan, who is well known for not having any speed. Uh, he was able to pull it back, is what they said. Ooh, that was close. That's just fouled out of play. Again, we don't get to actually see the pitch. Well, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 that catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-2. I didn't think he did either, Jim. Maybe they're saying he didn't offer at it. Is what they're saying he didn't offer at it. Is the I guess the 1-2 that's rolled over. Shortstop throws across and 1 away. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Gubon Hyuk. So Jung Woo Ju can definitely pitch multiple innings. That might be something that they're going to do here. Jung Woo Ju going, possibly 2 or 3 innings. He did start game before for Hanwha, as that misses outside, ball 1. Gubon Hyuk 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to the first baseman and the ground out to the second baseman. He's not going to get any easier facing another hard throwing Jung Woo Ju, but that's outside, and it's 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch sets up right down the middle. He fakes the bunts, but it's right down the middle anyway. And up and in, 3-0. That's going to lead him to the first base is another walk from the Hanwha pitchers. And that brings up Pregame, who just hits a solo shot to lead off last inning. As Gubon Hyuk here walks over to first base, trying to get the numbers fixed and added up. And Pregame, it hits him. Now you've got runners on first and seconds. Just hit the guy that's hit a solo shot against you to lead off the last inning, who also robbed your left fielder from a big extra base hits in the first inning. And that brings up Hong Chang-gi. As we'll have a mound visit here. Will that be it for him? Do they Jo Dong-wook warming up in the bullpen? And that'll be it for him. They'll go to the lefty. They do clear in the KBO, but it's not the same as the MLB. It's maybe once or twice a year. It's really never, and it usually involves a foreigner, honestly. These guys grow up playing with each other. They went to the same schools. They do everything together. So a lot of these guys are good friends. You have some people like the shortstop for LG, the second baseman for Hanwha, the left fielder for Samsung. You have some of these guys that are huge hotheads that think that they're the most important people in the world, and they feel slighted by everything that doesn't go their way. So yeah, the benches clearing are very subdued. You might be able to actually find it on YouTube if you look up KBO bench clearing. I do have a short, I believe, from last year when I was at the game, where there was a benches clearing. You could watch, and then I believe there's a top 10 benches clearing. Hanwha's in like 4 or 5 of them. But Jo Dong-wook out on the mound, a 1 game, 0.1 innings here in the playoff, bringing in the lefty to face Hong Chang-gi. So he's bringing in the lefty to try to get an out here with the 2 lefties coming up. Again, LG has a pretty solid lefty lineup. Wang Jun-seo is the only other lefty in the bullpen for Hanwha. And that's in there for a strike. And it's 0-1 to Hong Chang-gi. Hong Chang-gi walked in the first inning, scored a run, and then a ground out to the first baseman, and then a 6-3 ground outs in the last inning. As the 0-1, he steps off the back of the mound. Home chunky. And the 0-1 pitch into the dirt, 1-1. One of the best songs in the league. All right, the 1-1 pitch way outside, but it's stopped by Che Hoon, and it's 2-1. I'd love to know how many baseballs they go through in the KBO because the relief pitchers are so bad that there's so many pitches in the dirt. As the 2-1 pitch coming up and just catches the bottom of the zone at 2-2. Hanwha, I've noticed that in these playoffs that Hanwha sets up really, really late. Che Jae-hoon is setting up extremely late when there's a runner on a second base. And the 2-1 in the dirt, and that's going to get away and runs the count full and puts runners on a second and third now with another wild pitch. So runners now at second and third. Hong Chang-gi, the infield has to come back in as the time is called. Gubon Hyuk, plenty of speed over at third base. Park Hae-min, a ton of speed at second base. Yeah, another 3-2 pitch sets up outside. He slaps ball four, outs and foul. And another 3-2 pitch coming up. We'll see if Hanwha can make a better throw home this time around. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside once again in the dirts, and he loads the bases full for Shin-min Jae. Pitching coach will make his way back out onto the mound. Come in, walk the batter that you come in to face. And that brings in Pak Sang-wan, everybody's favorite voice. We'll have another pitching change. Pak Sang-wan has had a ton of troubles as of late. 7 walks now. 7 walks. Pak Sang-wan making his way in. He does have strikeout stuff. He does throw hard, but he also throws a lot of forkballs, which do happen to get away. He did not pitch well towards the end of the season. Had an ERA of 16.62 from September and later. Against LG, 8 games, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 holds, a 4.50 ERA in those 8 games. Shin-min Jae has 1 career home run. It was to break up a no-hitter earlier this year. But he does have a triple and a run scored and a single and a run scored. He's a 2 for 3 on the day with two big hits. 2 games, 1 point to 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of 0. He will face Shin-Min Jae with the bases loaded. Can we get a suicide squeeze? First pitch is ripped, but it's foul. Yeah, and it's 0-1. Shin-Min Jae knew he missed that one as that was his pitch. Single in the first, 6-3 ground out in the third, a triple in the fifth. And that is going to be a single. 1 run is going to come in. Pregame is up, and another run comes in with a 2 RBI single from Shin-Min Jae, and LG takes the 6-2 lead. That's, ladies and gentlemen, is a piece of hitting. Walk in the bases loaded, walk, hit by pitch, and a walk. And LG's up 6-2. That is in the dirts. And ball 1 to Austin Dean. There you go, fresh out of the box. Enjoy your winnings. You're welcome to stick around for some more baseball. All right, the 1-0 pitch, Austin Dean. That's in there for strike. That was the pitch he wanted. 1-1 on the curveball. Maybe a forkball. Who knows what that was? And I don't know what all the pitchers throw. They don't quite all have the same classification as the MLB. As the 1-1 pitch. And that is a fouled away. 1-2. LG only with 5 hits on the day. Only with 5 hits on the day, but they've got to 6 runs courtesy of those 7 walks. Austin Dean looks at ball 2 low, 2-2. Austin 0 for 3 on the day, struck out looking in the first inning, popped up to the first baseman in the third inning, and then reached on an air. The last inning, the air did score a run, though. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one is fouled away. Stays 2-2. Austin Dean, ding, ding, ding. Give up 2, get 2 back with threatenings for some more. As this LG offense is taking advantage of the pitching. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch. Catches him looking on a pitch down in the bottom of the zone. And that's a big strikeout because it's 2 away now for Kim Hyun-soo. Kim Hyun-soo 0 for 1 on the day with an RBI ground out, a 4-3 RBI ground outs, and then a couple of walks in the 4th and 5th inning. This is the 3rd straight inning that he is coming up to bat. Walked again on the 4th, walked in the 5th. Hasn't come around to score yet. And that's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Hanwha's bullpen does throw hard. Kim Bum-soo can get up to 150. Jung Woo-ju gets up to 150. Pak Sang-wan gets up to 150. And the 0-1, that is slapped over the third baseman's head. They're going to hold him up. No, they're going to send him home. He slips and slides in as Hong Chang-gi comes home. They would have had him if they would have thrown home, but the RBI single from Kim Hyun-soo. Hong Chang-gi rounded third, then slipped about halfway through or halfway home. It looks like he hit right where the coach's box was. They turned to tell him to throw to home, but at that point it's too late. He hits right on the edge where the dirt right by the coach's box turns into grass, and right there you can see a bunch of grass kick up. But they did not make the throw, and just like that, LG scores another one, and it's 7-2. Moonbo Young fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Moonbo Young 1 for 3 on the day. And that's a fouled into the ground, and it's 0-2. Chaewon Young pinch running for Kim Hyun-soo. That misses outside, ball 1. And the 1-2, that's slapped into left field. He's going to round to second base. Come on home. And another single, RBI single. This time it's 8-2. Just moving them up, moving them over. Moving them up and moving them over as the number 6 hitter, OG1, now steps up to the plate. Try to get all this stuff fixed. They're moving too fast for my one-man crew. That brings up OG1. OG1, the only batter that hasn't hit in this inning. But that'll be it for Pak Sang-won. We'll go to the bullpen once again. As the Hanwha bullpen was my biggest concern if you were a Hanwha fan, and it is turning out to be a huge concern. Who do they go with now? Lefty coming up, maybe Wang Jun-seo. Yoon San-hum. Wang Jun-seo is who they will go with. Now they're in the situation where they got no lefties left in the bullpen. If Hanwha's offense is to come alive and they are to start scoring some runs, you have this issue with the fact that they now have no lefties when most of the batters for LG are lefties. OG1 will get a chance to add to this lead. All right, OG1 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch, he actually lays off of a ball down and away out of the zone. Wang Jun saw 2 games, 1 inning, ERA of 27 with a strikeout and 2 walks. That just catches the top of the zone, 1-1. OG Wan has struck out swinging in his first at bat, walked in the fourth, popped up to end last inning with a couple runners on. And the 1-1 pitch misses up and outside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch sets up outside just at the knees, and it's in there for a strike, 2-2. Have to start to thinking about Shea Hoon. Do you leave him in there another inning? He'll lead off next inning. I imagine that he'll be done if they don't score, as the 2-2 is going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across, and that's 3 away. He ends another inning. That's the third time he has ended an inning, but LG gets 4, and we will go to the 7th inning. It's 8-2 LG. 8 runs on 7 hits and an error. Now we got to do all this calculating stuff. They leave another couple on. He's left 5 runners on base. OG Wan has 4 in scoring position. Left at 2. All right, I think I've got everything fixed and adjusted. I imagine that LG will go with a new pitcher here. Yep, Son Sung Gi will come out on the mound. So that'll be it for Tolhurst. He's in line once again for another victory. So, bottom of the order, the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for Hanwha, as they will get a lefty. Eugene Young pinch hitting here, and that's up high. So that's it for Che Hoon. how's the Science Center? Kugrip what? Jungang Guahak Wan? 어때요? Yeah, that's swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Oh, Eugene Young pinch hitting for Shea Hoon. I thought that they would at least let him bat here, but they will put in Eugene Young, as he does call time. And he grounds to the third baseman, throws over to first, and 1 away. That brings up Ito Yoon. Possibly, again, they may be just emptying the benches at this point. So Chaewon Young stays over in left field after he took over on the base pass for Kim Hyun Soo. Ito Yoon looks at the ball one outside, 1-0. So Ito Yoon staying in to face the lefty here. 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in his first at bat, and then a 4-3 ground out in his second. That was a big 4-3 ground out as it did not score a run. That misses up high, and it's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch popped foul. Nah. And that's fouled away, though. And 2-1. BYO? Yeah, and that's going to be a ground ball. Shinmin Jae grabs it, scoops, turns around, and throws. A fantastic play by Shinmin Jae over to his glove side. It grabs it, slides, puts his foot down, spins around, throws to second, and 2 away. As Hanwha down 2. The bottom of their outs. 그 조금 낮췄어요. As that's just misses outside. 1-0. Sonas up 1 for 3. A big strikeout, though, again in the fifth inning, where Hanwha bunted and didn't score. As that's just catches the bottom outside corner of the zone. Another pitch that wouldn't be a strike in regular plates. As the 1-1 pitch to Sonas up sets up outside. And that's a grounded to the first baseman, grabs it, underhand toss to Son Seung-gi, steps on the bag, and the 3-1 gets 3 outs. Hanwha's down to their final 6 outs. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 8-2 LG. Quick inning there for Son Seung-gi. All right, back to my numbers. Yeah, the rain just missed, I guess. All right. All right. Will Wang Jun Saw stay out there? I have to think that he does. Nope. EJ Wan behind the plates. Han Sung Hyuk out on the mound. Is they are just going to let Wang Jun Saw pitch 5 pitches. Now, Jin Young done. EJ Wan back behind the mound or behind the plates. You guys are in for a treat. You're going to see the only catcher that can't catch. No, Han Sung Hyuk, 2 games, 2 innings, 1 loss, 13.5 ERA, 1 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 home run. That was a huge 3-run shot by Kim Young-eun to put Samsung up 7-4 after 2 straight 3-run shots by Kim Young-eun in Game 4. Park Dong-won will face him. He grounds the first pitch to No Shiwan over at third base, throws over to first, and 1 pitch, 1 outs. And that brings up Gubon Yuck. Gubon Hyuk walked in and scored a run in his last inning, 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to the first baseman and a 4-3 ground out. That is fouled away. Yeah, and it's 0 1. Not much of a game today. Yep, as that's in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0 2. That's young Hanwha bullpen. Well, it actually started with Moondong Ju as the 0-2 pitch grounded. That's going to be tough. Noshiwan grabs it, throws it in time. Great play by Noshiwan to get him over at first, and that's 2 away. It was a chopper to kind of in no man's land in between the pitcher's mound and the first base and third base. But Noshiwan, instead of barehanding it, he actually gloved it and threw over to first just to get him in time. And he turns on that one. Foul. Almost back to back shots. Just turned on it again. That one just hooked foul. And might be a home run in a couple stadiums. All right, the 0-1 pitch to Pregame, and he drops a bunt down. Foul. Yeah, no 1-2. They called it foul, but they're gonna double check. So it looked like it hit home plates and bounced up. They're gonna do a little video replay here. Hmm. His foot was not down in fair territory before he grabbed the ball. No, it's foul. His foot was not down. His foot did not touch in fair territory before he grabbed the ball. Foul. Yep, his foot did not touch. It's a tough to check. I can't see if his where he caught it is a better view. Looks foul. Not a good angle. There is a 2-minute delay. Hanwha bullpen, Arpo. Yeah, I think this is one that's if it was called fair, they would keep the fair, but like his feet are definitely foul. But I can't see where his hand is where he grabs it. Because see his foot. He might have grabbed it just in front of the fair or the in fair territory. Yeah, that's another one that it's too close to overturn something. No, Kim Saw Hyun didn't come in. Hanwha's walked 7 batters. LG only has 7 hits. Bo. But they also have 7 walks. The Hanwha bullpen just gave up runs and runs and runs. As the 0-2 pitch, that is going to be trouble. But Liberato over, loses his hat, makes the catch, and that's 3 away. 1, 2, 3, go. The LG Twins will go to the 8th inning. Hanwha's down 8-2. Yeah, walks are a killer when the team, you're walking guys into running into scoring position. Yeah, but again, I think Hanwha fans have to realize game one, game one of that series against Samsung goes a different way, and it is a very, very different series. It's now a Samsung versus LG series, and again, Samsung, just like Jim said, a huge emotional victory to make it to the Korean series, where they're facing a very well rested LG squad. Hanwha's bullpen is very suspect, despite pitching well in the regular season. That back end, that three-headed monster of Pak Sang-won, Han Sung-hyuk, and Kim Saw-hyun have all had issues in this late in the season and in the playoffs. So where they were, where they had their greats, where their bullpen was really good early in the year, at the end of the year, it just wasn't. Oh, LG will have Kim Jin Sung coming out onto the mound now. Oh, he will face the 2, 3, 4 hitters: Liberato, Moonhyun Ben, and No Shiwan. Hanwha's got to score 6 before they get to 6 outs. That's his ball on up high out of the way, and it's 1-0. 78 games, 70 points, 2 innings, 33 holds for the old man. Doesn't go around. Yeah, but Arpo, I talked to you about that as SSG actually had if you look at their winning percentage of what it should have been, we're the number 4 team in the league. And Samsung was the number 3 team, Hanwha was the number 2 team, and LG was the number 1 team. He did not go. Again, a great call by the home plate umpire, as once again the umpires have been dead on. They have you rarely ever see one of the especially the check swing video replays. You just don't see them, as that's misses up high, 3-0. Weiss and Ponce looking on. He had to hurry up there because he was about to walk him anyway. As a leadoff walk to Liberato. Liberato's on base for the 2nd time today. He led off the 2nd inning, or the 6th inning, with a double, came around to score. So can Hanwha get a couple runs back here? They've got their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. So they've got to get at least 2 or 3 runs here to really, I would say, have a chance. As that is now ball 5 to Moonhyun Ben. Well, they had the 1 year where they won from the beginning to the end. What was that, 2022? As he finally throws a strike. 2022, where they won from the very beginning of the season all the way. They were in first place for the whole time. Yeah, this is the 1-2 pitch up high, ball two, 2-1. Well, they didn't even make the playoffs last year. And they actually, yeah, and that's going to be ground ball, but it's foul. 2-2. Yeah, they lost last year. They lost the fifth place tiebreaker, even though they were home. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. He turns on it, lifts it. Hong Chong Gi fading back at the warning track, makes the catch, and one away. Down with their last 5 outs. They just need sweet plastic jackets like LG has. That's what makes you a playoff team. Plastic trash bags with sleeves on them. All right, the Noshiwan 2 for 3 today with an RBI, but this is a situation that he just does not hit well in. That is a runner on first with 1 out. Will he ground into a double play here? Swing and a miss, 0-2. No, this is where he grounds into a double play, Arpo. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Nope, just outside. 1-2. 1-2, popped foul. Stays 1-2. 13 pitches for Kim Jin Sung. You have to wonder what LG is going to do in their bullpen coming up here. And you also have to think about it looks like the president on the right is the 1-2. Catches him looking. A beautiful pitch just catches the inside corner. 4 outs in number 2. That was a beautiful pitch. Can't really fault him there as that just caught it. I think that's the food blogging guy. I think that's the Dejan food blogging guy. Swing and a miss there. 0-1. What's his name? Austin? And that's going to be a ground ball. Backhanded stop by the shortstop. Gets up, throws across. And that's 3 away. Hanwha down to their final 3 outs as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-2 LG. Kiwi, you remember me telling you the story about the guy who told me that there was a Hanwha Eagles store near my house? Pretty sure that was him. Pretty sure that was the guy. I think so. It might not have been, but no, they got 2 innings. They got one. They got 2 runs. Arpo. All right, so we should be ready. Bottom of the 8th. LG is going to have the 1, 2, 3. Oh, Hyun Song will come in to face the top of the lineup. That can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for souvenirs. Time for souvenirs. If you don't know what that means, it's time for souvenirs and flashing lights. Hong Chang-gi leads things off. He's 0 for 2 today, but he's been on base twice and scored 2 runs. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And that's in there for another strike. 0-2. Hong Chang-gi loves the 0-2 counts. He's had them all day. I do not. Because they have, like, they posted as the 0-2 in the dirt. They posted like all of them, but they have to whittle it down. They have to remove some of those players. Kim Saw Hyun warming up as maybe he'll come in. Hanwha thinks it might be a save situation. As the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. As he pops him up, shortstop out into the grass, under it, and 1 away. Yeah, but that's not all. All those players can't play in that series. They can't have. That's like 36 players on that team. So I thought that they would whittle it down to like 28 or so. As Shin Min Jae, my pick for player of the game today. And that's going to be a ground ball right to the second baseman. And 2 away. Oh, they're going to have 30. What is it, like 32 players? All right. They're going to have a pitching change. Kim Saw Hyun is going to come in to face Austin. Kim Saw Hyun coming in. I actually do like this move. Let him come in, pitch in a situation that has no bearing whatsoever on the game. Let him face the number 3 hitter who's has not played well in this game, who's 0 for 4. I do like this move by Hanwha's manager just to get him back out there. The problem you're gonna have is if he does give up a home run or gives up some hits, then you can't use him for the rest of the series, unless you're in like the 13th or 14th inning. But yeah, Arpo, I knew it's because they have that for the what's up, Smokey. They have that's for the Checo game, Czech Republic versus uh, Korea, and then that's next weekend, and then or in yeah, not this coming up weekend, but the following weekend, and then after that you have uh, Korea versus Japan. All right, to 2 games, 1 inning, ERA of 27. He's given up 2 home runs. Yeah, as that's ball one low, 1-0. The 1-2 pitch way outside, but Austin fouls it away to help him out. Austin's like, "Hey, let's get out here. That way they're gonna keep him in there." And another 1-1 pitch that is ripped, but foul. 1-2. Trust Kim Saw Hyun. Yep. Uh huh. All right. So the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's is three away. We go to the ninth inning. Hanwha's got to get 6 before they get 3 outs, or they will fall behind 1-0 in this series. That wasn't a fastball, though. That was a slider. Austin 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Not the performance you want from your foreign bats. Hanwha will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up in the top of the ninth inning. And this game is actually moving quite fast. They're only 2 hours and 50 minutes into the game, which is fantastic news. That's awesome, Harpo. You're making me blush, man. Making me blush. Ba, ba, ba. See who is coming in here. Ninth inning, Yu Young Chan will come in. Yu Young Chan comes out onto the mound. He will face the 6, 7, 8 hitters. And first pitch just misses outside, 1-0. Second baseman, 1 for 2 on the day. He single, a strikeout, and a sacrifice fly. That is a fly out to left field and 1 away. Well, they're leading by 6 and bring the closer out because they have to worry about how he can pitch. He's pitched so horribly that they got to bring him out to get some semblance of pitching. Chan Ho swings and misses there, and it's 0-1. Ho, 1 for 2 on, or 1 for 3 on the day. 6-4 ground out in the first. A double, but was stranded over at third. A leadoff double back in the fifth inning, and a 4-3 ground outs back in the sixth. As that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Nah, Samsung would have had Gerardo out on the mound, and the 0-2 pitch pops him up. Center fielder comes running in, calls off the left fielder, and that's 2 away. And that brings up a EJ Wan. Are they gonna actually let him hit? No way. No way they let him actually hit. Oh, talking to the hot. That's an old school Lotte fan. As Wang Young Mook is gonna get the at bats here. The pinch hit is that's up high, ball one. All right, so Wang Young Mook getting the pinch hits as he fouls that one away, 1-1. Well, come on, forever. All right, to the 1-1 pitch, fouled away, 1-2. Can't win the big one. Yeah, and then the 1-2 pitch misses way outside at 2-2. Yeah, that is the reputation, Arpo. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch, grounded to the first baseman. Grabs it, takes it himself, steps on the mound, on the ground, and that's is the end of this game. LG gets the victory in game one. There we go. 1, 2, 3. It goes Hanwha. They had plenty of chances. They had plenty of chances, but the bats once again go cold against a solid pitching team. Sonas up led the game off with a single, and then No Shiwan moved him to third. You got runners on the corner, but Che Sung. Thank you, Crypto. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is 6:30 p.m. So a late game tomorrow. Kiwi, remember, just be happy that you watched it at your house and didn't spend any extra effort to watch it. Although Kiwi, they are 1-0 when you go to playoff games. So maybe it is your fault, Kiwi. Maybe it's your fault. Thanks, Fresh Out of the Box. I'll be back tomorrow nights for another one. All right. So again, Sonas up led off the game with a single that was definitely LG and Hanwha fans that would be thinking, oh no, oh no. But No Shiwan, Che Sung once again struggles in against LG. Ended up striking out looking. They left 2 runners on in that inning. And then the second inning, they lead off single by the second. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow, madam. The 1-0 start lead off with a single, and then they can't get him home. Then they get in the fifth inning. They got a leadoff double by Che Ho. They're down 2-0, but they bunt, moving him to third. They get the ground ball to bring him home, but Che Ho doesn't take off on contact. So he ends up getting stuck over at third, and then a strikeout from no, Sonas up ends up leaving him over at third base. They did get some runs in the sixth inning. They got those 2 runs in the sixth inning. Another leadoff double by Liberato. He ended up coming home on the Noshiwan RBI single. Chey Sung single behind him to get a Noshiwan with great base running, goes first to third, is able to read that well, goes to first to third, and then comes home on the sacrifice from number 16. That was their only two runs in the sixth, and then the seventh, another 1, 2, 3 inning. The eighth, they get a leadoff walk, but nothing from it. They end up going 3 for 13 with runners on base. They go 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That is not going to get it done in the Korean series versus LG, on the other hand, a walk and then a single in the first inning puts runners on first and seconds. Get an RBI ground out after a wild pitch moves him over to second and third. They get the RBI ground out by Kim Hyun Soo that ends up being the game winner. And then RBI double by Moonbo Kyung. That puts them up 2-0. Again, once again, Moon Dong-ju struggles in the first inning. 327 batting average against in the first inning. Coming in, it continued. He did not pitch well against LG on the season, an ERA of 7.04 in the 4 games. His last game as a starter, he went 0.2 innings against LG, gave up 8 hits, 1 run, and 8 hits, 1 home run, gave up 6 runs in 0.2 innings. He did look better today, but it wasn't that much better as he ends up giving up 4 runs, not even making it through the 5th inning. The 4th inning, LG had more chances, a couple walks, but they couldn't get anybody home. And then in the 5th inning, after so a leadoff home run by Park Hae-min puts them up 3-0. They get a 6-3 ground out, then a triple by Shin-min Jae. Austin grounds out to the third baseman, who comes home and throws such a wild throw that Che Jae-hoon has to dive for the ball. Otherwise, the Shin-min Jae's out at home, and it's a 3-2 game. But he ends up scoring. Then in the 6th inning, Hanwha got their 2 runs, but LG just unloaded at that point. The Hanwha bullpen just couldn't get the outs. And Jung Woo-ju gave up 2 runs in 0.1 inning. Jo Dong-wook gave up 1 run without even recording an out. And then Park Sang-won gave up 3 hits, only recording 1 out to give up a run. Wang Jun-seo came in and actually pitched well, but they went right away from him. Han Sung-hyuk, Ju Hyun-sang, and Kim So-hyun all pitched well late in the inning, but at that point it was already 8-2. The game was pretty much over at that point. So Park Sang-won continues his struggles. He was taken off of the first team late in October because he was struggling. ERA of over 16. He hasn't pitched well, and he didn't pitch well again here today. Wang Jun-seo pitched better. Jo Dong-wook couldn't get anybody out. So you have these young guys for Hanwha that really, they were used so much during the regular season that they're gassed at this point. And LG was able to string hits together. Again, if you look at the score there, they only have 7 hits, but they scored 8 runs because Hanwha walked 7 batters and they had that error. So LG Hanwha will play again tomorrow. That game will be 6:30. Today's game was 2:00. I can't do your conversions and all of that. So ends up a big game for LG to get out and get that first win. Hanwha coming off a very emotional victory, a very emotional Game 5 victory over Samsung to make it to the playoffs, or to make it to the Korean series for the first time since 2005. 2006. Somebody help me with that. I think 2005, maybe it was 2006. But anyway, LG takes game 1. I don't know who the starters are for tomorrow. I have to imagine it's Yu Hyun Jin versus I'm going to guess Chirinos for LG. So it'll be Yu Hyun Jin, who has pitched extremely, extremely, extremely well against LG. And when I mean extremely well, I mean absolutely lights out against LG. So, but he has not pitched well in his career in the KBO postseason. An ERA of over 4 in his outings in the KBO postseason before he went to the MLB, and including his time in Korea since he's been coming back. So, what's going to happen? Is he going to pitch well, or like he has against LG, or is he going to pitch poorly like he has in the playoffs? Other thing is Hanwha just used all their bullpen arms yesterday or today. So welcome, Dave, just in time to finish her out. Uh, so Hanwha gets a bats were there, but they couldn't string together hits. They couldn't walk, and then obviously the bullpen, the arms on the mound just couldn't get anything done for for Hanwha when it was needed. LG gets the big game one victory that ensures that uh, that if they, no matter what, they're going to at least get 5 games if Hanwha is to win any other games tomorrow. A massive game. Hanwha obviously does not want to go back to Daejeon down 0-2. Hanwha or LG obviously does not want to go to Daejeon at a 1-1 series with 3 games to be played in Daejeon. So I will be back tomorrow 6:30 for game two. Hopefully, I may be a little late. If I am a little late, I'm sorry. I'm in the process of moving, so I'm trying to do stuff during the day and then move at night, or I'm trying to do stream during the day and then move at nights. So hopefully, I'm back in time. I'm having my refrigerator, washer, dryer installed tomorrow, so I'm not entirely sure what time they're coming. So if I am back late, I'll just pick up from wherever they happen to be, but I should be back in time. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 6:30. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, until next time.